This is a weekly reading for Libra. So first of all, a good shuffle. If you leave a comment, then I will reply with a free spirit message within 24 hours. Don't forget to like and share. There's also links if you'd like to buy me a coffee or for a personal reading. So let's just focus around your energy. And just a quick glance at the card on the bottom, which is the Queen of Pentacles reversed. Could be this toxic energy around you. I do get feminine, but it could be male or female. Just someone who's kind of this constant thorn in your side, someone who's trying to manipulate the situation, trying to throw a spanner in the works. But there's also something within yourself here, some problems, some issues you're trying to deal with, and it's been getting you down. It's been making you feel unsettled. And the more you think about your worries and these problems and issues, the worse they seem to get. I mean, you are being reminded that if you focus on the problem, then it does tend to get bigger. Where if you try to focus on the solution, then the problem will shrink. Okay, it's not about burying your head in the sand or neglecting things or brushing things under the carpet. It's looking for a solution, okay, which is very positive. Yeah, because at the moment, there's a lot of pushing and pulling. There's a lot of blowing hot and cold. There's a lot of going around in circles, okay? It's like you try to let go, but you get so far, and then you're pulled back into your sea of emotions, okay? So your heart is in the past, your mind is wanting to move forward. And it's difficult, because it's like dealing with two separate entities within yourself. There could also be something here around some vivid dreams you've been having or some nightmares. And there's also a strong sense of the need to write these down because they help to guide you in the right direction here. Okay, but it's not easy at the moment. You're being pulled one way and then you're being pulled the other way. It's a bit like being in a car and having your foot on the accelerator and the hand on the handbrake. You just go around in circles. And it's difficult because there's kind of different parts of you which are in conflict, So there's something here about speaking to the soul, which is even deeper than the heart. You've got the mind, you've got the heart, and then you've got, the soul. It's finding a way to speak to your soul. But that would actually involve you kind of dealing with stuff, and then your mind can settle, your emotions will settle, and then you're more in touch with your soul source. Okay, but don't forget the soul source is very much a reflection of the universe. Okay, so if you're trying to be in touch with the universe, if you can't be in touch with yourself, try lighting a candle or burning some incense or putting out some more prayers, wishes, and then blocks will start to clear. Then you'll be more in touch with your soul, which is a mirror image of the universe, and then you're more in touch with the universe, and it kind of sort of goes around in circles here, but it's a very, very healthy kind of sort of cycle here, because as you resolve your problems, the mind settles, the emotions settle, you're more in touch with yourself, you're more in touch with the universe. But sometimes you have to help things along, lighting the candles, the incense, putting out prayers, wishes to the universe. So I do feel there's someone holding back here. Okay, someone is holding back their emotions or their feelings around a situation. I do feel this person to be, well, I'm getting masculine, but it could be male or female. It's like they're very backward in coming forward. They could well have deep feelings for you, okay, but they're being quite cold on the outside. It's like how they act and how they feel are two separate things here. Something here about you stepping back from a situation, okay, and then in stepping back you start to manifest more of what you want into your life, because there's a strong sense you have been in the thick of things. You haven't been able to see the wood for the trees. You have felt bogged down, you overthinking, the emotions have been very unsettled. But what I get here is that you are going to be stepping back. It's like you get this wake up call. You wake up and smell the coffee. You step back. You see the bigger picture. You gain more clarity. You see what needs to be done. All stems from the past. You put a whole lot of time, a whole lot of effort into various situations. Okay, but you're not reaping the benefits. Okay, and I think the answer here is what you're kind of doing, what you've been thinking about. It's about clearing stuff. Okay, if you clear stuff around the house, get things sorted out, which is kind of on the outside, then you'll start to feel better within yourself, and you'll start to clear stuff within yourself, and then you'll start to clear stuff on the outside. So it's like this kind of sort of two-way kind of situation, this kind of sort of knock-on effect. A bit like earlier about being in touch with the universe, and then you'll be more in touch with yourself, or more in touch with yourself, and then you're more in touch with the universe. So even though people say the answer is within, the answer is also on the outside as well. But I would say initially, it's finding it within yourself, the energy, so you can actually sort things out on the outside. So it does start off within yourself, but as you start working through things on the outside, it also helps to clear more blockages within yourself. It all starts from within yourself. Yeah, this is very much about you stepping back. It's like you haven't been able to see the wood for the trees, but you step back, you see the bigger picture, you gain more clarity. There's some type of game going on here with somebody. I mean, I don't feel game in the sense of mucking each other around, but more in the sense of building boundaries in some sense, or standing your ground. It's like they don't want to give too much soon of themselves, and it's the same with you. So you kind of both kind of sort of stepping back here, which is actually very positive. It's a lot better than giving too much of yourself like you have done in the past, and then things will then just fizzle out. They just come to nothing. It's like you're in something for the long game here. This is what I get here, the long game. But I see game as being actually positive, okay, because you're building up some kind of sort of structure here between the two of you. It's like you're both holding back, but in holding back, it kind of builds up the energy between the two of you, the feelings, the emotions, and there's more structure then, kind of sort of long term. So you are holding back, that's quite clear here. There could be some delays here around travel or house movement. But there's also something here about you being at the end of your tether. Enough is enough around an important issue. It's a bit like you're an animal tethered to a rope. You've been going over the same old ground day after day, week after week, even month after month. But there's no grass left on the ground. So you're kind of forced into change here, which can indicate that some stuff comes to light, which gives you more clarity here, which then enables you to break free. Yeah, you're feeling unsettled. That's been evident from the start here, and there are some toxic, negative influences around you. Okay, and also, it's about the way you've been dealing with the situation. Perhaps you've been too nice. You've been given too much of yourself, and it is very much about you starting to step back, take back your power here. You put your own life jacket on first before you help anybody else. Okay. So it's about putting yourself at number one, you putting yourself on that pedestal rather than someone else. It's also a reminder that once you find a way for your heart to let go as well, which you're kind of getting to that stage now, then it works hand in hand with your mind, because your mind is ready. Yeah, your mind is ready here. It kind of reaches a point, because at the bottom it's a double-edged sword, so it's quite separate between the heart and the mind, but as it comes to a point, it's like your heart and mind working together. There's a victory wreath here as well, so it's very much confirmation. When your heart and mind work together, then victory is just ahead. You gain this laser sharp focus. The advice is just to face up to the situation. When you face up to things, such as your inner demons, for example, your worries, your fears, your doubts, your lack of belief, once you face up to them, then things will start to change around. Okay, there's positive developments. There's this big turnaround, this big transitional period coming up for you. This is kind of where you're at. You are starting to face up to things here. Could well have been some cheating that went on here. There's a lot of trust issues. You know, it all stems here from the past, but it's like, you know, you put two swords in the ground, you kind of leave something in the past here where it should be, you know, once and for all. You get to that point here. You're being helped by spirit, you know, with the number 7, it does relate to the spiritual plane. So you could well be seeing some messages, such as synchronicities or repeated numbers, which are there to help guide you in the right direction. It's not easy, you know, people will try to pull you back, these negative influences, and even influences within yourself. But I do see you kind of fighting through, you know. It's very much this energy of you standing up to yourself, okay, you thinking about yourself, you facing up to your inner demons, okay. Don't forget the darkest hour is just before the dawn. And initially, it will throw up all types of stuff. You know, it's a bit like you've been going in this negative direction, or the wheel has been spinning away from you, but it's starting to slow down. And just as it turns around, it throws up a lot of smoke, a lot of friction. Okay, it's a bit like a plane going from one place to a better place, but experiencing turbulence along the way. So don't forget to leave a comment, and I will reply with a free spirit message within 24 hours. Don't forget to like and share, and there's also links if you'd like to buy me a coffee or for a personal reading. Thank you.